Right now in the Philippines, there's a kind of silent crisis happening in our classrooms. It's not about whether our students can learn math, it's about whether they can actually use it. And that's what we're here to talk about, a solution. And look, this isn't just another program. It's a precision tool designed to bridge that critical gap between knowing something and being able to apply it in the real world.
Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to define this crisis head-on. Then, we'll pull back the curtain on our precision-engineered solution. After that, we'll show you exactly how this empowers our teachers, lay out a really smart, data-driven plan to roll it out, and finally, we'll prove why this isn't just a good idea for later, it's the perfect solution for right now.
So let's get right to the heart of the problem, shall we? It's not a failure of learning, it's a failure of connection. Our students, they know the numbers, but they really struggle to connect those numbers to the world right outside their window.
Yeah, this number, it should really make us all pause. Data from the Rapid Mathematics Assessment is telling us that a massive 66.17% of our learners are non-proficient in math. This isn't just some statistic on a page. This is a flashing red light. It's a signal of a systemic crisis that absolutely demands an immediate and, more importantly, an intelligent response. And this is the key thing to understand. The problem isn't necessarily computation. Our students can often add, subtract, multiply. They can do the drills. Where things are falling apart is in the application. They struggle to take those skills and use them to solve a practical, real-world problem. And that's what we're calling the application gap.
So that begs the question, right? If what we're doing now is creating this gap, what are we missing? What are the foundational pieces of the puzzle that we need to put in place?
Well, from what we've seen, it boils down to three huge evidence-based missing pieces. First, a multi-tiered system of supports, or MTSS, to make sure help is targeted, not just a blanket approach. Second, we need to integrate social-emotional learning, or SEL, because honestly, confidence is the engine that drives application. And third, real-world context, which, by the way, is the central mandate of our MATATAG curriculum. That's the key to making math actually mean something.
Okay, so we have these three core ideas. How do we actually bring them together? Well, we've engineered them into a direct response to this application gap, a precision solution we call Buhay at Bilang.
And let me be perfectly clear about this. This is not another massive, sweeping reform. We already have the MATATAG curriculum. Buhay at Bilang is the implementation tool that makes its goals a reality. Think of it like a surgical tool, not a sledgehammer, specifically designed for that 20 to 30% of our learners, especially in provincial settings, who are most at risk of being left behind.
So what exactly is MTSS? Honestly, the best way to think about it is like educational triage. It's a proven, evidence-based framework that uses data to figure out exactly which students need help, what kind of help they need, and, this is crucial, if that help is actually working. It gets rid of the old one-size-fits-all model and replaces it with the responsive system that gets the right support to the right student at exactly the right time.
Our second pillar is social-emotional learning. And we're talking about extensive research from groups like UNICEF that shows SEL builds these core life skills. And for math, man, this is everything. A student who lacks resilience will just give up after one failed attempt. A student without confidence won't even try to start a complex problem. SEL is what builds that grit, that essential I can do this mindset that turns struggle into success.
So at the end of the day, what are we aiming for? We're aiming for the whole learner. We're weaving these elements together to build not just cognitive mastery, but the social-emotional strength to keep going, and the practical life skills to actually use math. We are fundamentally shifting our focus from just creating good test takers to building a new generation of confident, practical problem solvers.
But look, let's be real. None of this amazing theory matters if it's a nightmare for our teachers, right? That's why Buhay at Bilang was designed from the ground up with our teachers at the center of it all. So just take a look at this sample lesson plan. We designed this to feel instantly familiar. It fits right into the DepEd and RPMS templates our teachers are already using every single day. And notice the small but powerful shifts. The context isn't just addition, it's market math. The activity isn't just another worksheet, it's a role play about buying and selling. And the assessment isn't just calculation, it's the real-world task of giving correct change. We are making this easy to adopt by meeting our teachers exactly where they are.
And this, right here, is the fundamental shift. The application gap exists because we've been teaching math in a vacuum, totally disconnected from real life. Buhay at Bilang just flips that script completely. It makes the real world, the sari-sari store, the community garden, the local carpentry project, the actual vehicle for instruction. Math becomes a tool for life, not just a subject in a book.
And that's how you make it stick.
All right, so how do we actually make this happen? We've put together a smart, data-driven implementation plan. The idea is to make it a low-risk decision for you while delivering high-impact proof that this really works.
We're not talking about a big bang overnight change. We've got a smart, three-phased plan. We start with a targeted pilot in a few select schools to gather hard data. Then we refine. We use that data and, just as importantly, the feedback from our teachers to make the materials even better. And finally, Phase 3 is all about partnership. We go beyond the school walls and engage the barangaya, local shops, transforming the community from just a topic of study into an active partner in education.
And you better believe we're going to be accountable. Our #1 success metric is crystal clear, it's ambitious, and it's totally measurable. Using that MTSS framework, we'll identify the students who are at risk, the ones in Tier 2. Our goal? To successfully get at least 50% of these students back on track and into Tier 1. This isn't some vague promise. It's a concrete, data-backed commitment.
Okay, this brings us to the final piece of the puzzle, and honestly, it might be the most important one. Buhay and Bilang isn't just a good idea floating in space. It is the right solution at exactly the right time, because it aligns perfectly with our country's most critical education goals. Just think about how perfectly this aligns with everything we're trying to do right now. It directly serves the MATATAG curriculum because it builds the exact foundational skills it's calling for. It's a powerful tool for the Learning Recovery Plan, giving real teeth to the ARL math program. And, on a bigger scale, it tangibly pushes us forward on our commitment to SDG 4, promoting both quality and equity. Buhay and Bilang is the one key that helps unlock progress on 3 of our most vital fronts at the same time.
So, to wrap it all up, Buhay at Bilang is the answer we've been looking for. It's precision engineered to finally close that application gap. And when it does that, it transforms mathematics from this abstract subject that so many students fear into a practical, powerful life tool that they can use with confidence every single day.
So I'll leave you with this one final thought, this one critical question. Are we ready to move beyond just teaching numbers and start truly equipping our students with the skills, the confidence, and the real-world wisdom they actually need for life? Are we ready to build a generation of problem solvers? With Buhay at Bilang, the answer can be and should be a resounding yes.